heart attack. Fast, fatal, heart impact. Past painful scars, in fact, I blast tasteful bars and pass. I back up my actions, fact, don't ask, grab reactions, jacked, attack with every word, then act with class as they hear me snap. I got nothing to lose, cause I fought and felt the bruise. Now I'm not the one confused, call the shots and they produce. I ain't lost, I'm finally loose, pick a new submerged juice. I need the views to boost me to a new abuse of being used. Everybody wants a piece now, y'all can rest in peace now. You're dead to me, so peace out. Remember you're discreet now, get ready for defeat now.
Alrighty, hello everybody. This is Kirisho here, and now, before we do begin, let us give a brief little review. In the last part, quite a number of things were happening. Now, we had Deku. Deku in the last part discovered quite a bit. Now, a villain, they got their hands on one of the Watcher's eyes, and Deku, he learned many secrets that did pertain to him. Now, Deku and the Hulk both learned a few things, both about each other and about themselves. Now, Deku learned where his grandpa John was buried. He learned that the Red Hulk murdered John, and he also learned the Red Hulk's identity. Now, I actually do want to point this out here. I've mentioned General Thunderbolt Ross and the Red Hulk at the same time. I never mentioned them together. And many people didn't seem to make the coordination. I wasn't making Ross the Hulk here. Now, I don't remember ever seeing comments about that. Now, Hisashi Midoriya is the Red Hulk. And Jennifer Walters, she tried to confront the man and she punched him out of a shield helicarrier. As right now Deku, he's trying to think about many secrets that he has learned, both about himself and about the people around him, and what they have been hiding from him. Now, Deku, he talked to Jean Grey, and Jean, she was surprised that Deku finally knew this secret. Now then, with that being said, we'll pick up with Izuku. It's been about 5 days. And right now, a lot is still up in the air. People have been trying to find him and get in contact with him. But right now, that has been proven to be impossible. SHIELD agents, they have heard about what's going on. And director Nick Fury, he has put out a manhunt issue for the Red Hulk and She-Hulk. And right now, he has many places in mind. SHIELD safe houses are going to be monitored. They're going to be tracked. And right now, people need to find them. The idea was to use gamma machines, or at least gamma trackers, to try and find them. If they revert back to their human state, the amount of gamma is nearly untraceable. It's hard to track and it needs more boots on the ground research. Boots on the ground troops to track down Red. And even Jennifer Walters. And then there's also the fact that the Hulk now knows this secret. The idea that Fury does have right now is to let Izuku deal with the Red Hulk, especially with what's currently going on with the Watcher and the rest of the Avengers. They have all learned secrets about themselves and about each other. And right now, a lot of people, they're just confused. I mean, it feels like their entire lives have been shifted around. And currently Deku, he does sit there in a hotel room, as he currently is bringing his hand up and trying to test out some new abilities. Ever since him and the personalities agreed on something, he's found something to be very interesting. Deku going to bring his hand up, as right now you do actually have where, well, a vase in the room does lift up. And Deku, he does go to ask, Claw, exactly why is he the way he is? Claw wants to kill. Claw wants them all dead. They all hate Hulk. Hulk don't need a reason. Devil? I just want to protect you, Izuku. Right now, Hisashi is in the way of that. If that man draws breath, he'll always be a threat. Along with that, well, he appeared to already be able to murder one of us. he got another one. He will not take down another family member. As long as he draws breath, Jennifer is in danger. And, well, even our uncle is in danger. Hulk, what do you say? Do you want to fight him? Do you want to murder him? Hulk will smash him. Good. Now, Deku, he does pause, as he does hear another voice gonna chime in. Well, damn, what's been going on here? Joe? Yeah. Hey, long time no see. What did I come back to, I guess? Wait, hang on a minute. Who are all these other guys in here? Long story. How long? Um, I think it's all still kind of fuzzy. Joe, listen, a lot's happened. Why do your memories... Oh, wait, Wolverine has a daughter and you... Wow. Okay, I did miss a lot. Okay, Joe, don't go peeking around. It... Oh, shit, you finally hooked up with Jean. Oh, wow. Wait, Katsuki too? Rogue? Damn, I'm almost proud. Okay, Joe, listen. Why are you back? I mean, I'm surprised you're back. I thought you were dead. How could I be dead in here? I don't know. I've been trying to figure that out. But, the fuck. The fact that you're back now... God. There's already enough of you guys in my head. Now, Joe, he does try to do a mental count. And right now... Yeah, he has missed a lot. Now, Deku, he does get something stand up. And right now he is mentally informing Joe about everything he has missed. And Joe is kind of alarmed. The Beyonder? What the fuck? Emperor Doom? Another reality? The Phoenix Force? Now, Joe is quite shocked. And right now, he does play through everything in his own head. Or Izuku's, actually. Now, Deku, he does get a walk to a diner. And right now, after he does get there, he does eat and decide to head back to his mother's grave. Now, when Deku does arrive, Joe, he actually is there. And he does seem to be quiet, which is quite unusual for him. So the others must have filled him in as to what is going to be happening, and why exactly Deku, he's been coming back here every single day. Now, Deku, he does just stay silent. And right now, somebody does come walking up, and Deku does get someone turn his head. Him looking directly at Hisashi Midoriya, who he does look a bit tattered, especially because of his clothing. You finally showed up, Dad. Huh. I guess I shouldn't be surprised. It was either here or S.H.I.E.L.D. Or over with that one brat's parents. That brat has a name, Dad. Him turning. And Hisashi, he does stare back at his son. I can't believe that you're still alive. Honestly. You always find a way to come back, don't you? The cockroach of my loins. I'm not a cockroach. I am hard to kill like one. But you would know, wouldn't you, Red? So, what am I going to deal with now? Another personality? Some fucked up incarnation? Tell me. That thing in your head. You call it the devil, don't you? I do. However, funny thing. These personalities and me, we have a lot in common. All of us do. Huh. Really? So you just have more than a fucking screw loose, don't you? I wonder why exactly that would be. Can you think of anything in particular? Oh, I don't know. Maybe Let's see, almost murdering my mother 30 years ago? Really? You're still hung up on that? I'm not hung up on it. I just remember the whole story. You see, the devil, as you call him, he was there whenever you abused me. He was there the whole time. Really. Yeah, I remember a lot now. Whenever you drove that knife into her and she was begging you to stop, she stared directly at me. If she wanted to, she could have crushed your windpipe right then and there. I've spent days thinking about everything I've witnessed and seen you do. I've made mistakes. I can acknowledge that. But you will always see me as your mistake. Yet, there's one thing I don't understand. Why did the government decide to give you powers? They know you're crazy. And the only reason I can think of them doing that is because they know you'd want to kill me. Honestly, Dad, I hope I'm not like you. You'll never be the man I was. You're not a man, you're a monster. It takes one to know one, doesn't it, son? No. Now, you see, there's another personality in my head. And maybe he's the monster you thought I was. But it does that to you. Being mentally broken and shattered. Picking up the pieces just to have them knocked out of your hands over and over and over again. You see, Dad, I've been through quite a lot in my life. More than you. I have battled gods. I have helped stop a reality warping god. One that is far beyond comprehension. I've seen Galactus. I have murdered Inhumans. And I've nearly killed Black Bolts. I've had that man closer to death than anybody on this planet. And right now, I'm sure if I let off my mental barriers, I can do anything. I mean, it's quite simple. Deku turning and bringing his hand up. In astonishment, he's pulled directly up into the air. And right now, he's confused. As he actually starts to choke. And Deku does express. All these personalities in his head, they have different abilities. And right now, because they want one thing in mind, they're all willing to hand them over. They're all willing to play fair. All of them. Right now, they all want to see him dead. They all want to see him ripped apart. Maybe it is giving in to the monster, but he does have to say, letting a psychopath run around with his powers, somebody who used his DNA to make themselves a Hulk, he's not going to allow that to happen. Even if that monster is his own father, he will murder him. So, how about this? They are going to make this quite simple. Now, Hisashi, he actually started to transform. And right now, Deku does watch. And right now, it does only serve to piss him off. It makes him more sure that he's the Red Hulk. And if that's the case, the other things he's learned are all true. Now, Deku, he does get to hand over the reins to the Hulk. And right now, the Hulk does manifest. And Red, he does go charging in directly at Deku. As the Hulk, he actually does meet Red in the middle. And the two do go to grab onto each other. As Red Hulk, he actually does have the power difference here. Now, Hulk actually is going to bring up his right leg, smashing his knee directly up into the Red Hulk before grabbing him and picking him up. Him turning and chucking him far off into the distance. Deciding that if they are going to fight in a graveyard, he doesn't want the headstones destroyed. Especially not his mother's. Now, Red is quite surprised. And right now the Hulk just comes smashing into the Red Hulk as Red he was knocked into the ground. Now, there actually is where Red Hulk, he's alarmed. Deku's speed is increased, but his size is also increased. I mean, he's bigger than Hulk, but somehow they're on even playing fields? Now, Red he actually starts to get angry. And right now, Hisashi, he does start to burn and light up the area around him. As you actually do have Deku, or rather, Hulk. Hulk, he is not holding back an ounce of Deku's rage. And right now, even the devil, he does want to chip in. He does want to harm Hisashi. However, Hulk, he does need this therapy session. Ajane is going to rush forwards and clock Red across the face with a left fist, bring his right fist up and smashing him as hard as he can, before bringing up his other hand and directly going to someone, bring them both together. Him slapping his left hand directly to his right, and thunderclapping directly in front of Red Hulk. Now, Red's ears are ringing, and right now there actually is the fact that shockwave slashed open a part of his face. Now, Red is going to bring his hands up, as right now the Hulk is going to directly grab at the top of Red Hulk's hair before smashing a knee down into his head. Now, Hulk is going to do this repeatedly, over and over, as right now he's going to bring his left hand up and smash it into the Hulk's back. Red stumbling forwards, as Hulk, he actually is going to grab Red and start strangling onto him with both hands. And right now, Red, he actually is surprised. He is alarmed. The Hulk is supposed to get stronger the angrier he gets. But right now, Deku, his body is glowing with gamma. But that is another issue. Red, he's a Hulk. And Izuku, he might know a lot about his abilities, have new ones. But has he ever tried to actually discuss with Hulk exactly what they can do? No. Red will going to grab onto Deku. And right now he does try to eat Deku's gamma energy, the power he is letting off. Now, Hulk actually does feel this, his strength loosening as he's squeezing down as hard as he can. And right now Red is someone going to get up as he's going to uppercut the Hulk. Now, Hulk is still flying in the air. And right now every personality in Deku's head, they're alarmed. And Deku, he's trying to understand what just happened. He felt angrier, but right now he went from an 8 to a 5. And while he's climbing back up to a 6 right now, that doesn't make sense. Red, he was more than likely at a solid 6, 7, but right now he's maybe at a 9? I mean, that's weird to say, but that's the best example you can give. Now, Deku, he does try to ask his other personalities about this. And right now the devil is going to step in. As he does, I'm going to tell Deku about what is going on. Now, Deku, he does think about more about this. He understands that the Hulk is a reactor, but with the fact that they have gamma radiation, that does mean that they can absorb it. I mean, Red Hulk may have just absorbed his power, and it does make sense. They can feed on energy. I mean, whenever he was blasted by Captain Marvel, he got a strange sensation before, and being blasted by lightning, it didn't do anything. So, if he does have this correct, Hulk might be able to feed on gamma. Now, Hulk is somewhat going to try and lean up, before being stomped down in the stomach by the Red Hulk, who does go to bring Deku up and grab him. Him going to hold him by his chest or by his shoulder as he actually is clocking him across the face with the right fist, expressing how he really doesn't understand these fucking abilities, does he? Him pulling back his right hand, him smashing the Hulk in the face again and expressing to him, he's had these powers for years, yet he's never tried to harness them. He has never tried to just get angry. He's never tried doing anything like this, has he? Now, Hulk actually is going to bring up his hand, him grabbing Red's fist, as Red, he actually has tried to siphon Deku's gamma. However, Hulk, he actually is going to get angrier. And right now, he actually is going to crush onto Red's fist. As Red's face, he actually is hit by another form of power. Now, the Devil Hulk has lent Red Hulk, or Devil Hulk has lent Hulk his abilities. That was confusing to say. And right now, there actually is where a spike just comes smashing up into the back of Red. it trying to stab into his body, but it does just hit him in the back. Now, Red is confused, looking back towards the Hulk, as his eyes, they do have that shape of a serpent. Now, we're actually just going to let go. So I'm going to back away and trip over the thing. And right now, he actually go to try and regain his calm, as he does try and stand back up. Red Hulk trying to get onto his feet, as Hulk just going to directly leap forwards. Him pinning Red to the ground and grabbing onto him, as he actually does try to grab at the Gamma. Now, Deku, he does feel this. He understands Gamma quite a lot, but the way they're trying to use his power, trying to do things, it feels different. Now, right now there actually is Red, who he actually is trying to stop Deku from taking the Gamma energy. Now, the two are going back and forth, and there only is one way this can go on. Either the Hulk gets too angry and blows away the Red Hulk with power, or Red Hulk tries to siphon the power. Deku stops him, and the two are always on this even playing field, up until the Hulk does go up a bit, and Red Hulk he does try to increase the heat. Now, there actually is where Japan, they actually are starting to have their continent or the area around the two shift and shake. As right now, S.H.I.E.L.D., they believe that they have found the Red Hulk, especially because outside the city in Komodori was buried in, there are reports of massive flames coming from a nearby forest, and the area is being hit by earthquakes constantly. Now, She-Hulk and A-Bomb, they are actually on their way here, and right now we do actually have somewhere else, back in New York at the Xavier Mansion, where Jean, she actually is calling somebody. And right now, the person on the other end is going to answer. Hello? We need to talk. Oh, hi. What is it? I'm sort of busy right now. Marie, he knows. What? Now, there actually is back over at the battle, with Deku or Hulk and Red. Now, the two are charging at each other. And right now the two do go to directly clash right fist before going to bring up their other fist, and smashing back and forth with the other one. And there actually is where Red does attempt to try and grab directly upwards towards Deku's head. Him trying to use flames to burn his eyes. And right now Hulk, he does somewhat close his eyes and focus. Him using telekinesis to blast the Red Hulk back with a psychic backlash. Now, Red brings his hands up to his head, and right now he is screaming out in pain, as the Hulk just goes to bring his hands upwards and smash Red on both sides of his head. As a few of Red Hulk's teeth fall out, their axes are Deku just going to bring his hands up. And right now he does make a choice, grabbing onto Red Hulk's throat as he does to siphon the Gamma. Now, Red, he can't defend against it. And right now Deku, he does shrink down the Red Hulk, as he actually feels the Gamma being absorbed into his body. Now, Hulk currently, he does stand there. As Red, he actually does, well, get de-energized. And right now, Deku does go and throw the Red Hulk down as he does lay there for a second. Now, there actually is where someone does come smashing Rookie down into the area, and a jet does come flying up. Now, somebody else would jump out. And right now, there actually is where She-Hulk, he's going to Rookie step forwards. And right now, the forest, it has been decimated. The landscape is burned. The ground is on fire and cracked. The trees are, they're practically ash. And right now the Hulk just stand there, his body radiating green power, and his eyes, they are full of murderous intent. As Shizuki turn her head and see the Red Hulk shrink down. As right now, it is confirmed. She sees it with her own eyes. Right now, the identity of the Red Hulk is Hasashi Midoriya. And that, it angers her. A part of her feels ungodly rage. And right now there actually is A-Bomb. A-Bomb, he does try to step in. As he does go to step forwards, and Jen is going to bring up her hand. A-Bomb, very confused. As he does try to tell Jennifer that they need to stop him. He's going to kill Red. And right now Jen is going to turn towards him. And he does stare directly at her. Her eyes, they're green. More than usual. Jen, come, don't you dare try. Okay, listen. Red is a part of the team. He's an asset to S.H.I.E.L.D. and he murdered my aunt. What did you just say? He murdered my aunt. And that right there is my cousin, Hulk. You know him, right? Yeah, the Hulk program is based on him. But Jen, seriously, we need to go now. You stop and listen. When he was 4 years old, Hisashi Midoriya, Red, stabbed his mother to death directly in front of him. Right now, think about what he is feeling. The man who murdered his mother is a man with power. And how do you think you would feel? Red Hulk has tried to assassinate him on multiple occasions. He has been there once to kill him. Another personality manifested. And right now, I've heard everything. He murdered my grandfather. And right now, he's getting everything he does deserve. Her directly turning and bringing her hand up, grabbing directly onto him and telling him, as she's going to pull him directly in close to hear her. If he wants to stop that, he's going to have to fight her first. Now, Jack is going to directly bring her hand up and push him away, a bit harder than intended. And Rana is going to fall backwards into the ground. Him looking up at her, as he does have to try and make a choice. And right now their axis where Hulk, he does go to shrink down. But Deku, he does feel this gamma energy in his body. Him holding up his hands and staring down at it. His powers, they're mutating more. He can understand them. He can absorb gamma. Which means... Now, Hulk or Deku, he does go to stare down at Hisashi. As Hisashi, he does go to look at his son and go to try and tell him. He has always been a fucking freak, hasn't he? Now, they could just stare right at him, his eyes glowing red as he's going to bring up a hand. Informing his father, he has never been a freak. He has been a mutant. And right now, what he is about to do has been a long time coming. Right now, what he is about to do is put down a piece of fear and kill an actual monster. Now, they will go to step forwards, bring his hands backwards as he's going to punch down Hisashi Midoriya. Now, right now Jindo's going to turn and watch. As Deku, he's pulling back his fists, which are glowing with energy, and smashing them down into Hisashi's face. Now, Hisashi, he is trying to bring up his hands to try and defend. But right now, there is the fact that Deku is just punching over and over and over again. As right now, Hisashi, he's trying to defend, but he can't. Deku's strength is superior to his right now. Was it the gamma he absorbed? Him thinking that as his teeth are knocked out. And right now he actually is punched across the face again. Was it what he did? No. Deku, his hands, he can feel the pain. He broke one of his fingers while he was punching. He knows that. Deku's smashing down again. But he really doesn't care. Everything, all the mistakes he's made, everything he's known, Deku's smashing down again. Before Hisashi Midoriya's hands, they do go limp. And right now Deku just continues to smash down. Everything he's ever known has been either a lie, false, or something someone else has presented to him. He knew his father was not loving or caring, but he wanted a loving father. He created the devil and he created another reality. He wanted friends, people he could trust, people he could rely on. But those people, they lied to him. And right now, he doesn't understand what to feel about that. He can understand their worries, They're fears. But right now, Deku, he doesn't stop punching before going to get up and bring up his own hands. As right now, he does stand over the corpse of Hisashi Midoriya, his face battered and beaten in, and unrecognizable, as Deku stares at his hands, which are glowing green and covered in red blood. He really is a monster, isn't he? Everything his father said was true, but just because he has the powers of a monster doesn't mean he has to be a monster. He won't make his father's mistakes. He will actually love his children. Now, Deku, he is going to bring his hands up and go to turn, as he's trying to shake them off and look looking at Jen. However, Deku's body, it's radiating more and more green energy. As right now, Deku, he does go to somewhat turn. And right now, he does look at the devil, who does inform him. Right now, his body, it is producing gamma at a rapid rate, and he does need to move fast. Now, Deku, he's confused. However, he does look back at Jennifer Walters, who she actually is running forwards towards him. But Deku, he's confused. But he does going to try and realize something. Jennifer isn't moving slow. He's been sped up. Right now, his body, it's feeling the effects of absorbing gamma. And what happens if something is overloaded with energy? It goes into meltdown. Now, Deku, he does decide to try and turn back into the Hulk. If his human body can't handle the energy, Hulk's can, right? Now, Deku, he does going to do so. Him beginning to transform, as the Hulk, he actually does have an idea. It sounds stupid, but in a way, practical. One Deku he didn't even try to think about for a second. Deku thought that the Hulk, because he is the reactor, he is the battery, increasing the size of the container would also help lower the energy level. But right now, Hulk has an idea that is quite simple. Energy can burn. And right now, what's a good way to stabilize him? Now, Hulk is going to bend down and bring his hands down. As right now, he has to step forwards and to Jennifer, Deku was staying there 1 second looking at her. Before the next, he was gone and the ground shook with a mighty stomp. Now, Jen actually had to try and steady herself out. Before, the ground underneath her shook, and she did go to a turn, as she saw a set of footprints in the ground, leading away. And right now, she's alarmed, as the Hulk, he currently is running across the ocean. And right now, he is trying to burn off all this energy. If he melts down in the ocean, nobody can get hurt. Nobody can be harmed. And that is what the Hulk is currently thinking. As right now, the Hulk, he actually does feel his body being, well, slowed down. And Deku, he is trying to tell the Hulk everything. Where to go and what direction to go in. And the Hulk, he doesn't even decide to argue. He understands what Deku's talking about. And right now there actually is currently in Kansas, outside of a city, where the Hulk, he actually just feel his sudden burst in speed and power immediately get cut off. As the Hulk, he does go flying forwards and stopping. Him smashing through multiple trees before smashing down into a rock. Him going to Drookie bring his hand up and somewhat try and pull himself out of the ground. Him looking around and shaking off. Kinda confused. Ow. That was interesting. I didn't know we could do that. It is quite interesting. We can absorb gamma. And apparently we can also use it as a power source. It does seem quite like that, doesn't it? Claw, how are you feeling about this? It is interesting. But what about Hisashi Midoriya? We do not know for certain that he will stay dead like us. I'm sure he will. We came back immediately, right? We did. We did. But how will the Avengers feel about this? That doesn't matter. Now, Deku just tell the Hulk, that way. And Hulk is confused, asking Deku how he does know. Trust me, I know. Now, there actually currently is at the place in Kansas, where Deku, he does arrive. And right now, Jean, Laura, and Katsuki, they're all standing there. And right now, they're concerned talking about it in the kitchen. As whenever they do hear a sound outside, their actions are Katsuki, Shizuka walk over to the door, as standing outside is the Hulk, who does get Drucky shrink back down. Now, Deku, he does get Drucky step forwards. As right now Katsuki, Shizuka Drucky turn and tell them all, he's here. And right now, they need to tell him everything. As Jean is going to tell him, he already does know. That's why they're all here. Now, Deku, he does go up to the door. And right now, after walking inside, he does go to turn and see Katsuki, her holding onto a 3-year-old. And Deku, he just stares at that. It's all true. Him going to somewhat turn and walk into the living room, as there are 2 other children watching cartoons. And Deku does just stare at that. Oh, fuck. Izuku, it's a lot to explain. Yeah, listen, we all wanted to tell you, but I don't... God. Now, Laura will go to speak, as she's going to someone tell him. They wanted to keep this a secret because of everything. Laura, I'm... You have to understand. You weren't... I get it. Listen, I'm not... Fuck. I just... Jean, we had a son. Katsuki, we have a daughter. And Laura... Laura, I at least thought you wouldn't keep secrets. God, I have 2 sons. Jesus. Oh my God. Now, Deku does ask them, how long were they planning to do this? How long were they going to wait to tell him? And Deku, he does stare at the 3. And the 3, they're not too sure how to respond. I know Rogue knows. This is her aunt's house. Katsuki, you've let our daughter live with your parents. It makes sense now. Stepping out of meetings, being evasive, all the random calls. I mean, the change you all have been through. I couldn't piece it together, but now I get it. Now, one of the children do come to walk up, and Deku does go to turn and look down towards them. As Deku, he does look down at his son. They have darker hair, and he's assuming that this is Laura's. Him going to somewhat bend down, as the kid is there to talk. And Deku, he does go to somewhat smile, and bring his hand up. Hey, little guy. The kid's going to back away. And Deku, he does have a mental flash, before someone going to pull his hand backwards. Listen, I'm not going to hurt you. I would never hurt you, okay? Now, Laura does look at Deku. His eyes are almost full of tears, and he's scared to interact with them. It's heartbreaking in a way. And right now, Laura, she's going to turn and bring her hand up to her head. Her trying to stop herself from saying something. It does take Laura a second, but she does compose herself before going to turn back. His name is Victor. Deku turning his head. Before Victor, just someone going to run over to his mom. And Deku is going to watch that. Her bending down and grabbing onto her son. Before telling him that it's okay. And this is actually somebody that she wants him to meet. Now, Deku he does return to Katsuki, and right now they do try to go through the process of introducing these children to their father. And right now Deku he does sit down. He lost a lot of family, but everything, all that he's learned, it's well, it's good, right? But then there's another issue. Right now, he has a new role to play. I mean, this information, all of it, everything he has learned, his children, this the baggage with his father, his grandfather, and things with Shield. He needs to talk to somebody at Shield. Actually tell them what's going on. Maybe ask questions. Try to understand why they give a psychopath superpowers. But right now, he's going to deal with that later. Because he wants to spend some time with these children. He's missed a lot in their lives. And right now, Deku, he does meet him and Jean's son, John. The boy has red hair like his mother. And he also does meet his daughter, which is Katsuki's daughter, Inko, who she is a blonde a lot like her mother. However, her hair is a bit slightly darker than blonde. Now, Deku has already met Victor, the child with dark hair. And right now, Deku, he does sit there and try to spend time with them. As there actually is Rogue. Whenever she does come back, she is quite alarmed. They were going to need to try and get everything together, try and chat. And she knew that Deku, he would call eventually. But him actually showing up here at her aunt's house, that was the last thing she expected. Now, Deku, he actually is standing outside. And right now, he does look out. The children have already been put to bed. And right now, Deku, he is thinking. I mean, all of it. Today, the last few days, the last week in general. The last month of his life has been entirely flipped on its head. His life has changed. Mutants have been decimated. He just found out his uncle, or his grandfather, was dead. He found where he was buried. He found out and murdered the Red Hulk, who turned out to be his own father. And as he found out, apparently he is a father. He has 3 children. Now, Deku, he does gotta think. As he does go to ask Hulk. He has a lot of explaining to do. What you mean? Hulk, I saw the secrets pertaining to not only me, but you. Who else was in that cave? Hulk doesn't understand. Hulk, in the Savage Lands, you ran into somebody. Do you remember anything about them at all? No. Hulk, don't. You're lying to me, Hulk. Just come clean. I know you met a woman there. They came to challenge you. Who were they? Hulk? Confused. Hulk. Stop lying to me, okay? Listen, I trust you. I don't blame you, okay? I mean, hell, look at what I did. I changed reality and I fucked up. I'm a father, Hulk. I have 3 different kids. And none of them have known me for their life. I have a daughter, Hulk. I have a fucking daughter. I have 2 sons. And I'm terrified right now. I'm meeting them after taking my own father's life. He was a monster. I don't want to be that monster, Hulk. So I'll ask you again. Who was the woman you met in the Savage Lands? Now, Deku, he actually does not turn, hearing the door creak open as Anna Marie does step out. And Deku, he does look towards her. Hey, Rogue. Hey, how are you doing? I'm thinking. It's it's a lot to take in. I just don't know. Everything, I guess. I'm just the last week has been a shock to my system. And it doesn't help that this new personality's in here and Joe is back. Joe fix it? Yeah. Where has he been? I thought he was dead, but apparently he was unconscious, or I don't know how the whole mental landscape works. That's Jean's department. Okay. And, well, what about everything going on? I haven't been there for it. I probably should contact the Avengers. But you, me and you, I know we, but you didn't have one? No. I was concerned for a while. They started, well, growing, and I thought I was too. I had tests done and nothing ever came from it. Right. I'm sorry. For what? You got dragged into everything. I'm still acting like a fucking teenager. Jesus. Marie, I'm sorry. For everything. Izuku, it's not like that. I was never a child. Okay. God, I was worried for a second. About? I didn't know what Doom did. I didn't know if he messed reality up, he did something to you mentally. I have the memories of everything. S.H.I.E.L.D. has a Hulk program. They made heroes, and they fucked up and made villains too. People they thought could be given gamma powers, but could not handle the strain. Rogue, my father is the Red Hulk. Oh my god. Or, he was the Red Hulk. Izuku? What did you do? Deku turning back to Rogue. And right now, Deku, he doesn't say a single word. And Rogue, she does just stare back at him. As Deku, he does get jerky hold of his hands, telling her, he took care of it. That monster can't come back. He isn't alive. Now, Rogue does stare jerky back at Deku. As Deku does express, if he ever found out about them, if he ever found out about those children, he would come here. He would use them against them, he would murder them. Right now, he wants to keep them safe. He wants them to stay alive. And while he does want to be a part of their lives, if they are safer away from him, he is willing to stay away. He will not let them be harmed. But he does want to be a part of their lives. As much as he can, he will try. Now, Marie does get stare back at Deku. And right now, she does think about it all. She's had Deku's memories in her head. She has seen the memories Deku had. And right now she has Deku step over and bring her hands up, telling him she's going to read his emotions. She's going to see everything. Right now, she needs to process this. And the best way she can, Deku bring his hands up. Him grabbing Doki onto her hand, telling her. As he's going to bring his hands up. Him grabbing it and wrapping it around her waist, telling her he does understand. Now, Deku, he does hold on to Rogue. As right now, Rogue is going to directly read his mind and feel Deku's emotions. Now, Deku, he does have his arm wrapped around her. And Rogue, she actually does see everything. She goes far back into his mind. And Deku, he does open the door to her. As right now, she does see everything. She watches the moment Deku has lived with over and over again. The moment he seems to always be witness to. The moment that always either changes or repeats. And it always gets worse and worse. Now, she has stood directly at that. And then she has watched Deku's interaction with his father. She watches the way that Red Hulk was acting. The man, he is a psychopath. Her going to pull away. As right now she's going to somewhat back away and her hand is somewhat shaking. Her going to turn and walk away. Now, Deku, he is just watching that. As right now somebody, they do stand there before walking outside. Rogue going to walk in as Katsuya is going to turn to Deku and talk about how Inko is asleep. It's a lovely name. I know. I'm sorry I never told you. You're trying to protect her. I understand. Listen, I killed my dad earlier. Oh my god. He was the Red Hulk. Oh my god. Yeah. He murdered my grandfather. S.H.I.E.L.D. did it. They sent him after my grandfather. He was a part of the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. He was the enemy, as they called him. Right now, he's dead. And S.H.I.E.L.D., they're probably going to be angry at me. But they gave a psychopath my powers. And I won't let a psychopath use them to kill. Because if he knows about them, he'll come for them. Now, right now a lot is up in the air. And Deku, he does just somewhat stand there, looking out towards the farm. He's not too sure what to do. Should he tell Tony Stark? Should he tell Tony Stark that he murdered the Red Hulk? I mean, what more is there to do? But then there's also Emma Frost. Emma Frost is currently still in custody, and she knows about Deku's children. That thought shooting across Deku's mind. She knows that they're alive. She knows that they exist. Now, Deku, he actually hears the Devil Hulk in his head, telling him Emma got into his mind, and she played games with it. If she finds out that he knows about them, she will try to use them. Emma Frost was not in her right mind. She was clinically insane. And right now, Deku, if he does decide to kill her like he does have the thoughts in his head manifest, then he should know. If he does need it, he will give Deku his psychic powers. Now, Deku, he directly does get a turn, directly towards Katsuki. I might need to take Emma out. Izuku, are you serious? She told me that she knows about them. Oh god. Her bring her hand up to her mouth. Emma Frost knows about her children. She knows about the children. This is bad. Now, Deku is going to walk inside. And right now he does tell Laura and Jean about it. And the two, they're alarmed. The fact that Emma knows is already enough to put them in danger. And right now, a plan needs to be made. Jean may not like it, but what Emma did, taking control of Deku's mind, and, well, making him attack Genosha like that. She almost had John in Genosha that day, but she decided to keep him away. John may not have the mutant gene, and she thought that he would be safe. And right now, another issue is popping up. If Emma Frost exposes this secret, the children will be in danger. Now, Laura is pissed. Emma must have read her mind. Or Rogue's. That must be how she knows. Now, with that being said, I do believe that is a good point to leave this part off of. And I actually do have to say, I was dropping a little bit of hints here and there as to what was going on for a minute, and I'm actually surprised nobody did pick up on it. Now, I do hope you guys enjoyed. Have an amazing night.